Good morning, brothers and sisters. My name is Willie Adams, President of the International Longshore and Warehouse Union. It is Thursday, April 23rd, 2020. I am talking to you from my office in San Francisco, California. I wanted to share a few thoughts with you today as we talk about COVID-19 and the status of what's going on in America and in the world. When we go back in our history to 1918, we had the Spanish flu. Fast forward to the 1930s, we had the Great Depression. Then Americans was faced with World War II, and then we will remember 9/11. And today, as of last year, we were faced with COVID-19. I want to tell you, first of all, that I am so proud of the rank and file of our membership of our great union. You are true heroes without a cape. I don't care whether you're a longshoreman, a mechanic, marine clerk, a foreman, a security guard, you work in hotels, you work in ferries, you work in warehouse, or you work out in Boron, California as miners. You are a hero. But let's take a moment to also honor the other true heroes in America. Those all other workers that are on the front line, our doctors, our nurses, and those that are working in our hospital trying to save lives. Let's also remember the postal workers. Let's remember the food service workers. Let's remember the truck drivers. Let's remember all workers, and they're mostly union workers, brothers and sisters, that are going out every day, putting their lives on the line. The question I pose to you today is, are we worried about the struggle behind us, or are we looking at the struggle in front of us? I think we must move forward without fear or without anger. The world, in my opinion, is on the verge of a nervous breakdown. But I want to say to the members of the ILWU, especially our members that have passed away, our condolences to their family, and our members that have gotten sick from the coronavirus. You're in our prayers, and so is your families. And looking forward, as we move ahead, this too will end. I believe that there's 3 stages in life. You're in the beginning of something, you're in the middle of something, and you're coming out of something. At this point, I believe we're in the middle of something. I want to say to our workers up at Powell's Bookstore in Portland, Oregon, thank you for hanging tough. We know a lot of your membership are laid off, but you're doing strong things, and you're standing up, and you're moving forward every day, and this too shall end. And let's remember our brothers and sisters at Powell and those members from Tarantine Bakery that we organized. And as soon as they were organized, brothers and sisters, they were laid off. Let's remember our brothers and sisters in the ferries up in Alaska, that the boats have been laid up and our members have been laid off. Also, we know in this stimulus package, brothers and sisters, it wasn't much there for workers, but we have had to hang in there. Today, our country is faced with 27 million people being unemployed. Clearly, this slaps us sober, but we will prevail. We must move forward. And to our brothers and sisters, no matter whether you work in hotels or if you work on ferries, the warehouses, or Powell's Bookstore, or any other affiliate of the ILWU, we have an ILWU website for you to go. I wish the federal government would have did more in the stimulus package to help our members, but they didn't. And at this time, I would like to say a few words to the Longshore Division. I want you to know that the officers have been working daily. Bobby, Frank, Cam, Kirsten, John Castano, the attorneys, Ed Ferris, our Secretary Treasurer, with due diligence. You know, with this coronavirus, our employers, the PMA, refused to offer our membership sick leave. You look at most industries, even the governor of California, food service workers and other workers are offered sick leave, but the members of our Longshore Division were not offered that by our employer. Sometimes you clearly understand that they are doing the minimum of what they could do to protect and look after our members. I also want to say one thing about the 401k and the CARE Act. We've heard you about that. A lot of our members are wanting to know about more information about the 401k and the CARE Act. That information will be mailed out shortly to you. You should be hearing stuff from Fidelity. We have raised it with the employers. So we thank you, and we ask you to have patience, but it's on our radar. We also know that there are members of ours that may not get their hours to qualify for their pension or health and welfare. These are also discussions that the Coast Committee has been having. One of the issues that we hear constantly is about the PPE. We know all over the country people are having a hard time, and especially unions and working class people and essential workers are having a hard time getting PPE. We have written joint letters to the Vice President Pence and to Governor Newsom, Governor Brown, and Governor Inslee. We're continuing to hammer on our employers that our membership must have PPE so they can go to work. Safety must be our first priority, even if it means us standing by. Our lives are more important. And we got to remember, brothers and sisters, being on the front line of what we do everything. We're not doing this for the PMA and the SSA. We are doing what we do every day for our community, to keep the economy going, for our community, for our nation. The true heroes of this COVID crisis is not the billionaires and the CEOs. It's working class people, it's union people that are putting their lives on the line every day. I want to thank the members of the Longshore Locals up in Clark and Foreman, looks them down the coast. Thank you for being understanding when we extended no travel. We know that it's an inconvenience to you, but we must protect our membership at all costs. And we want you to make money, and we also look forward to America opening up again, but now is not the time. I want to thank also our brothers and sisters for the workarounds in the dispatch hall. And we've done everything possible to work with the PMA, and thank you. And I want to thank the presidents of our locals, the LRCs, our executive board members for working diligently as we have to work through these times of difficulty and uncertainty. Brothers and sisters, there's another issue that I feel that we need to discuss, and that is cruise ships. It's pretty clear that there's not going to be a cruise ship season. And in the ILWU from San Diego to Bellingham, our membership depend on man hours to work in the different ports and to take care of labor on the cruise ships up and down the West Coast ports. It's also going to affect our brothers and sisters up in Alaska who get so many hours during the cruise season, and not to have those cruise ship hours could affect their health and welfare and their pension. I know Alaska President Dennis Young has been reaching out to Lindsey McLaughlin and Kyle, our lobbyists in D.C., to reach out to the Alaska politicians trying to get some relief. We realize that brothers and sisters up and down the coast and Alaska and Hawaii will all be affected by the loss of the cruise ships coming into our ports. And we will continue to work on this, and we'll keep you updated. We want to acknowledge the Northern California locals, Local 10, Local 34, Local 91, and Local 75, and Local 13, Local 63, Local 94, and Local 26 for their gallant effort of getting the passengers off the cruise ships that came in on those occasions. The passengers on those cruise ships gave the proud men and women an heroic round of applause for helping them tie the ships up and getting them off the ship safely. Also, as I have asked you, let's do something for someone beside ourselves. Let's reach out. If we can help the elderly going back to the supermarkets, let's stay safe at home. And brothers and sisters, let's go to work and work smartly. Let's also remember our sister unions and brothers and sisters here in the United States that have lost member, whether it's the Postal Workers Union, the UAW, the ILA. It's too many unions to name, nurses and doctors and countless heroes, brothers and sisters, who have lost their lives on the front line of COVID-19. We also want to remember our brothers and sisters throughout the world that are also in the struggle, and that we're not alone. And we send them solidarity, we send them love, but also we send them our support. In closing, brothers and sisters, stay safe, stay strong, stay united. And I want the membership of our union to know you are truly heroes that don't wear capes. You represent the best of the ILWU, you represent the best of the working class, and you represent the best of America. We will get through this, and injury to one is an injury to all.